Abuse casts a long shadow. It affects millions globally, leaving deep emotional wounds. Abuse is a misuse of power. It thrives on fear and control. The abuser seeks to dominate and manipulate their victim. This can happen in various settings, from homes to workplaces. The impact of abuse is devastating. It can shatter a person's sense of self and safety. Victims often carry the trauma with them for years. It's crucial to remember that abuse is never the victim's fault. Recognizing abuse is the first step towards overcoming it. Shedding light on abuse can create a safer world for all. Abuse takes many forms, each leaving its own unique scars. Understanding these forms is vital to recognizing and addressing the problem. We'll explore 7 common types of abuse. Physical abuse is the most visible form. It involves causing physical pain or injury. This can range from slapping and punching to more severe forms of violence. Sexual abuse involves any unwanted sexual contact or attention. It's a violation of a person's boundaries and autonomy. Mental or emotional abuse is less visible, but equally damaging. It involves using words and actions to control, manipulate, or demean someone. This can include insults, threats, and constant criticism. Exploitation is using someone for personal gain. Neglect is the failure to provide basic needs like food, shelter, or medical care. Self-neglect involves the inability to care for oneself, often due to mental health issues. Finally, abandonment involves deserting someone who depends on you for care. Abuse often whispers, it doesn't shout. Learning to recognize its subtle signs is crucial for early intervention. Physical signs of abuse can include unexplained injuries, frequent accidents, and flinching when touched. Victims might wear concealing clothing or show a sudden change in hygiene. Emotionally, victims may exhibit anxiety, depression, or low self-esteem. Behavioral signs are equally telling. Victims might withdraw socially, have difficulty concentrating, or show sudden changes in eating or sleeping patterns. They might engage in self-harm or substance abuse as a coping mechanism. Changes in a child's school performance or a sudden disinterest in activities they once enjoyed can also be red flags. If you notice several of these signs in someone, approach them with care and concern. Offer a listening ear and encourage them to seek help. Your support can make a world of difference. Breaking free from abuse is a courageous act. Yet many victims suffer in silence for years. Understanding the reasons behind this silence is crucial for offering support. One of the most common reasons is fear. Victims often fear retaliation from the abuser, especially if threats have been made. Another significant factor is shame. Victims often internalize the abuse, blaming themselves for the abuser's actions. Financial dependence is another barrier. Victims might rely on the abuser for financial support. Lack of support also plays a role. It's crucial to remember that silence doesn't equal consent or acceptance. Giselle Pellico's courage in going public about the horrendous sexual abuse she suffered is a testament to the strength it takes to confront such trauma. Her story has inspired many to speak out and seek justice. By creating a safe and supportive environment, we can encourage victims to break their silence and seek help. Child sexual abuse is a heinous crime, with devastating and long-lasting consequences. The trauma of CSA can permeate every aspect of a survivor's life. Survivors often struggle with PTSD, anxiety, depression, and suicidal thoughts. The trauma disrupts their sense of safety and trust, making relationships difficult. CSA increases the risk of harmful coping mechanisms like substance abuse and self-harm. Physically, survivors are at higher risk for chronic pain and sleep disorders. Recognizing and addressing CSA is crucial for breaking the cycle of abuse. By promoting open communication, we can create a safer world for children. Recognizing abuse is not about pointing fingers. It's about empowering individuals and communities to take action. Early recognition is crucial for preventing further harm and providing timely support. When we understand the different forms of abuse and their subtle signs, we become better equipped to identify it. This awareness allows us to offer support, encourage reporting, and break the cycle of abuse. Recognizing abuse empowers victims to find help, validates their experiences, and gives them the courage to break free. By acknowledging their suffering, we offer them a lifeline to safety and healing. Plus, acknowledging abuse is essential for prevention. By educating ourselves and future generations about healthy relationships, consent, and boundaries, we can create a culture of respect and safety. By working together, we can break the silence, empower survivors, and prevent future generations from experiencing the devastating pain of abuse. If you realize you are in an abusive situation, remember that reaching out for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. There are resources available to support you on your journey to healing. The first step is often the hardest, admitting the abuse. It's okay to feel scared, ashamed, or unsure. Trust your instincts and know that you deserve support and safety. If you're in immediate danger, call emergency services. Your safety is critical. Once you're in a safe environment, you can start exploring other avenues of support. There are numerous helplines and organizations dedicated to supporting victims of abuse. Therapy can be immensely beneficial for processing trauma, developing coping mechanisms, and rebuilding self-esteem. Remember, healing is a journey, not a destination. Healing from abuse is a deeply personal and ongoing journey. There is no one-size-fits-all approach, and the path to recovery can be long and winding. But with the right support and self-care, it is possible to heal the wounds of abuse and build a brighter future. Therapy plays a crucial role in the healing process. Through various therapeutic modalities, survivors can process their trauma, develop coping mechanisms, and challenge negative thought patterns. Building a strong support network is equally important. Surrounding yourself with trusted friends, family members, or support groups can provide a sense of belonging and encouragement. Self-care is not a luxury, but a necessity for survivors of abuse. Engaging in activities that bring joy, relaxation, and a sense of agency can help rebuild self-esteem and promote emotional well-being. Healing from abuse is about reclaiming your power, finding your voice, and creating a life filled with joy, meaning, and healthy relationships. Preventing abuse is as crucial as supporting survivors. Education is key. Teach children about boundaries and consent early on. Equip them to speak out against abuse. Bystander intervention is vital. Speak up if you witness or suspect abuse. Intervene, call for help, or support the victim. Challenge harmful attitudes and beliefs. Support organizations fighting abuse and be an activist socially so your friends know and respect your views and become aware too. Together, we can break the cycle. The stigmas around speaking up, coming forward, and protecting the abusers. Enough is enough. This year, may you be a beacon of light for anybody in need of support, including yourself.